Welcome back, Nerdiverse. It's the end of the world. No. Welcome back to the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. I'm, of course, Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. And with me, as always, is the Master of the Nerdiverse himself, the Jedi Counselor, the Pouncing Puma, the man we simply call Wash. What's going on, sir?
What is up? Happy Friday. We're here. And if you cut that into the world segment and you replay that enough times on X, Facebook, name it, probably TikTok will work too. I bet you might start getting some people thinking it's the end of the world and like you get a bunch of followers from that. Test case. Test case. That's just my thought. Anyway,
Dude,
it's Friday night.
let's do it.
So
What was the
I,
world, the
I don't
world?
think you want that smoke, bro. Yeah, that's my point. Like, I don't
Yeah,
think you want that smoke, man. Because
yeah.
what happens when someone actually comes calling? You know what I mean? And someone's like, "Why'd you say what?" I, I
But
just you got to.
this is
Did
all
you watch the show?
Did you watch
No.
the show? This is all transformative content, dude. We're just talking. We just people, man. We just talking, dude.
That's great.
People have said worse. You know what I'm saying?
Recently,
Recently, with their whole chest out, dog. I'm over here. This is jokes, jokes and jokes
oh,
and jokes.
it's fun.
Oh man. Speaking of jokes, I think the as the British would say, I think the gaming community is taking a piss this week, dude. I don't know what's going on, but we're here to talk about it. A lot of like
Yeah,
megatons are going off right now in the
I
gaming sphere.
mean, like we talked about this a few weeks back, right before the end of the year, that the business part of the industry was going to, have to show something after some of the announcements we got last year, be it, upcoming systems, everything's an Xbox. Screw you guys. We're charging $1,000 for a 1 terabit machine that you can't buy this for. You name it. Oh, is that guy on this list, by the way? Yeah, I think he's here.
Yeah, he's right
Uh,
there.
that's 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 ironic. That's ironic, right? Like,
The
but
Rolls Royce of consoles,
I
bro.
guess we'll get into it, won't we?
Mhm,
Here on this
mhm.
Friday night. So
This
yeah,
beautiful Friday evening. Just so you guys know, this is a live show. So we are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitch. So if you want to drop by and hang out with your boys and talk nerdy stuff while we look into the eye of Horus and see what we can find, we'd love that. Just come by and hang out, ask questions, bug us, give us content and comments, and we'll take it and run with it right until the brakes fall off. So tonight, we are talking about Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 153, Woody's Existential Crisis. Yeah, that we'll talk about it, Doug.
yeah,
So I'm pretty sure you know what that title is all about.
I
But
do.
as we begin every episode, I must ask my good Sir Wash, which of these four topics, as of right now, before we start, are you most interested in talking about? One being Sony shutting down Blue Point Games. That's big, dude. That's super big. A brand new Mandalorian trailer. They seem to be rolling out now. Phil Spencer just flat out just retired today from Xbox, dude. Breaking news. And lastly, the Toy Story 5 trailer. Which one has your eyeball, man?
Honestly, I hadn't really planned on it being so, but yeah, I'm always down to talk about the industry. So, Phil Spencer's news this afternoon, that's interesting for a Friday afternoon. So yeah, let's go with Phil retiring and what that means for the future. And I do have some comments. I
Oh
do
yes,
have some
so
comments.
same here. What's up, Bradley? What's going
Yo.
on, B? Thank you coming through, sir. We're gonna keep the house fires warm this evening. It's been a little chilly in LA. It's been a little cold, so we're gonna
That's
keep
funny.
things warm. Before we get started with everything, I would always like to remind everyone to like our content, please. To subscribe to our channel so that you're made aware when new content goes live, and to comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know your thoughts on these topics that we're going to broach tonight. But before we talk about any of these wondrous kaleidoscope of news and entertainment, I must ask a very simple question. Wash, how was your week?
Uh, quick and slow.
Quick and oh,
February.
that's just
February's like this weird
yeah.
time warp area. So, um, it
Let's
was
do the
it was a week.
time.
We got through it. I didn't notice what was happening till we started doing the roundup, getting ready for the podcast, and the Star Wars Twitch stream on Star Wars Friday at Wash's Cade or Rebels Collectibles Archive. You can check that
Watch
out.
it. Do it.
Um, but it was a book heavy week as we finished up The Last Jedi, the book version with Jax Pavan and Darth Vader. And let me tell you something, that is still one of my favorite four book arcs, even though it's Legends, happens right after Order 66. And essentially we're
Execute.
down on down in dirty levels of Coruscant with Jax Pavan pretty much playing half a spy to a rebel cell, but also kind of working for the Empire, trying to figure out what's going on. There's just a lot of drama, a lot of tension, a lot of Jedi type stuff. A lot of
Jedi.
and it's like you got sentient robots, you got Dathomiri witches, you got Vader, you got the cells, you got aliens that can transcend time in their head. They don't like live in the normal time space,
Yeah.
so they go to talk to them and like they can see time from all angles. Like it has literally everything, and one of the best parts about it is the ending. It just leaves so much that's possible just within that time frame, which has
Mhm.
come to be my favorite time frame. That prequels Order 66 time, like it's just devastating. So,
Man,
the second thing we had going was a surprise that I did not see coming. And I
what's
have
that?
questions.
Yes.
This book is called Star Wars: The Last Order. Came out in October of 2025, and essentially, I wish we had the cover because it's an interesting cover. But I have a habit of judging books by their
By their
cover.
covers, yeah.
I don't know, like video games. You remember Rygar?
Yes, the game rules.
Like Rygar is a game I got based on its cover, and I was
Yeah,
like,
100%.
yeah. So like, it's just been a lifelong thing, and thus, uh, I thought it wasn't going to be good. Even the reviews online, because when it came out, there was actually quite a bit of noise. People were kind of upset about it, and I didn't understand why, because I didn't understand what the book was, judging by the cover. And the cover is just essentially Finn and another African American Empire soldier in
Mm.
like this African like text color. And so you have no idea what you're getting with this book, right, Mike?
I
You had no
was gonna
idea
I
what
was
you
gonna
get.
make I was gonna make other color Coruscant joke, but it didn't make you
Uh,
know.
uh, so you don't know what you're going to get, and what it turns out to be is this fascinating insight into the First Order that we don't have. We
Yeah.
have episode 7, 8, 9. There's like a Phasma book. There's another book that deals with like the Huxley dude and like his kids and all that crap. But we don't have any real like essence like we do the
No.
Empire of what the First Order was. And this book lends credit to that. And it's centered around Finn and his crew and another Imperial soldier and his crew. And the bottom line is like the First Order's wrecking shop, but they have serious morale issues within the First Order because of what they're doing, which is pretty much just exterminating any and all that stand in the way. And like
Yeah.
that opening shot when Finn puts down the lightsaber. That is what the First Order's doing. And so this takes place before all of that, when Finn's like, new. And he's like, yes, First Order. And so, like the morale sessions we hear about within Star Wars, like there's a reason they had morale sessions. Like after you go exterminate a planet, like,
You
you
probably should
know,
talk about that.
and be fed a tad bit of propaganda. And so
Yeah,
what it turns out
you're
to
doing it.
be,
We are the heroes,
it,
guys. You know.
yes, and so what it turns out to be, the first half of the book is really hard because the audiobook is it's so FN 187. You're
Oh,
around the
okay. They're
corner.
having fun with it. Yeah.
The entire thing is like done in Stormtrooper, and then it cuts out at about halfway through because they end up taking off their helmets. But dude, this book is deep, and it provides a look at Finn's character that we hadn't gotten. And here's my question: why is this written in October of 2025 when we're done with that?
Here's the thing, and I have an answer for that question.
Mhm.
Is we're under new management. Star Wars is under new management. I bet you this book has been sitting on someone's desk for decades at this point. You know what I
Wow,
mean?
I hadn't even considered that.
And
Yeah.
it's Filoni's house now. So he's like, you know that book I've been trying to get out, but Kennedy was like, nah. I'm saying, yeah, throw it out. Because I think that there's so much meat on the bone of the new trilogy, and that the old regime just really pulled the ripcord on once that people, new trilogy bad, Ray bad, that they just abandoned all expanse of that, legit time in Star Wars, and you can't.
Which you can't. You
You
can't
can't.
be like, oh, that didn't
That never
happen.
happened.
Like in
No, we
Star
are
Wars. Like,
stymied. We're stuck. You
yeah,
ever seen the movie Tenet? You ever seen Tenet?
yeah, I fell asleep. But
So the
yeah.
thing about Tenet is that the future is destroyed, so we can only fix the future by going into the past, right? And they call it a pincer effect, where you're from the future, but you have to go to the past and interfere with the past that hopefully will fix the future, but it doesn't fix the future because the future is set. So you're constantly going in a causality loop because you can't really fix the problem, and
Trying
that's where
to
Star.
fix the future.
That's the problem with Star Wars right now. They're trying
Yeah.
to fix the future
Yeah.
because the new trilogy left such a bad taste in everybody's mouth that they just don't want to. They want to ignore it. That's why we're still playing around in the Mandalorian and Grogu. For Christ's sake, we should have episode 10 by now.
Well,
Truthfully,
and
we should have episode 11.
that,
They're just
like,
scared of the future. They can't do it.
when we like, there's rumor all of a sudden the hunt for Ben Solo is now
That almost
back
made the
on
docket.
the docket.
That
Like,
almost made the docket, dude.
and all I can say is, oh, I thought we were done with all that.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Papa
like,
Filoni is like, because Homeboy's tight. I was reading that article because, like I said, it almost made the docket. And Soderbergh was like, "Yeah, I kind of gave like 5 to 6 years of my life on that script, and pretty much they got free work out of me because it was
damn,
ready to rock and roll. Like you said, you told me it was ready to rock and roll. Everybody was down, and Kennedy just, nah, we're kind of off that. We're going backwards because we don't know how to go forward yet, and this isn't the solution. No, I'm gonna start calling him, Big Daddy. Big Daddy was like,
Big
big
Daddy Filoni.
Big
That's
Daddy
funny.
Filoni was like, nah, yesterday's price is not today's price. We rolling with it. We got to get this show back on the road, man.
And I think
I'm
that there's something to be said. There's a lot of hard work that goes into these creatives. You know what I mean? And as we talk about, for something like the game that's just this close, High Guard, to
Yeah,
this close to being shut down, like, we are talking about many people's years of their life.
decades of their
And
life.
you're just like turning off the lights on
Nope.
it. You're not even
Yeah.
giving it a chance to freaking breathe. You're like,
No.
no, people don't like it. Turn it off. We're done. And so I don't know,
Yeah.
man. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the book, The Last Order, absolutely fantastic. I will wrap it up with the last thing I'm doing because everyone should be watching these shows. After the Super Bowl, we know things get a little blah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the way it
The
is. You know,
afterglow. The
you're right.
afterglow of football, man.
Until basketball season playoffs get close, and then we can start getting hype for that hockey, that type of thing. Unless you're watching the Winter Olympics, don't shoot me. But guys, there are two shows on Food Network. One
Mhm.
being Tournament of Champions. It happens once a year.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
16 of the best chefs, one-on-one, random draw, protein, veg, equipment, style, time, all random, completely random. These people get like pigtail, chitlins.
Hog
Not actually, they
Maul.
don't get that, but they haven't got chitlins yet. But that would be cool. But
That'll be
like
crazy. Yeah.
pigtail, fiddle,
Elevate chitlins,
use
dog.
like a microwave. You got 35 minutes, and you're watching the top chefs in the country go head to head. And this thing, they win like $150,000
Yeah.
at the end of this thing. Like it is awesome. And the qualifiers just happened this week. So that's what I'm watching. It's about 2 hours worth. There's about six battles with second tier chefs, but these are still the best chefs in the country. It's awesome. So that's one show. The other show is Wild Card Kitchen, Wild Card Kitchen. It's like poker with
Hmm.
chefs' money. They play poker against each other
Okay. Nice.
and then they have to cook based on the
Then
cards.
you got
They're
to
like
cook.
culinary cards, and they
Nah.
like come in with like a stack of 5 Gs each, and they play 3 rounds, random cards, and yeah, they put up their own cash, and then they have to go back it up in the kitchen, all blind judging. So if you like food, man,
I'm really interested about like that tournament of
it's
champions,
it's awesome, freaking awesome. This
chefathon. I
is
always,
number 7.
yeah. I always like when culinary arts are seen as like a blood sport. You know what I mean? And it's like
Yes,
there's real stakes, and it's
dude.
not just, oh, here's some judges. Like when I used to watch Iron Chef as a kid, and it was all in Japanese. It felt like anime,
Yeah,
dude. But it
yeah.
was real life, and
And,
I felt like the chefs who didn't win had to commit seppuku at the
and
end, dog. Because it was big. It was big stakes, dog. It looked serious,
it was serious. OG Iron
OG
Chef,
Iron
man.
Chef,
Yeah,
dog.
bro. Like, dude,
Hyacinth,
it's
he do
good
that thing, dog.
stuff.
It's godlike, bro.
Good stuff. Good
Good
stuff.
stuff,
So,
man.
yes, that is how my week was. We are gaming on a couple of different things right now, but Avowed getting really good. I gotta assume I'm getting
Pretty far
close
into
to
it.
the
Did you hear the
halfway
news
point.
that
I don't know.
I think it's getting an expansion soon or something like that?
I heard it got shut down. That's one of
Oh.
the like the studio or something. They're like,
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
yeah, they're not going to make Avowed 2, and I was like, that's kind of a bummer because
Why do all
Avowed
the
is a
games
great
we
game.
love die, dog? What's that about?
We're about to talk about it soon, but yeah, like
Yeah.
you know. Anyway, Mike, how was your week?
My week was short and sweet like yours. February just kind of goes, doesn't it? We're already on the 20th. Not to fully date this podcast, but yeah, February's always go real quick. What content did I consume? It's Clone Wars. It's all day Clone Wars. It's Star
Oh,
Wars
damn.
Clone Wars. Just been watching that. Still in season 1, and kind of it's funny how I'm viewing Clone Wars as like it's almost like Star Wars Legends versus what is actually happening in live action, because everybody is exaggerated to like the nth degree. You got Yoda taking out full tanks in full droid battalions. You got Anakin Skywalker falling from 7 stories and landing on his feet. You got it's some crazy stuff going on in Clone Wars that make you just like, I could see why they thought Anakin was like this legendary Jedi, commander, and how. And what's Clone Wars makes me happy is that when Anakin was so upset that they did not make him master in episode 3, Clone Wars teaches you why he was so mad. Because in the movies he seems impetuous. He seems like he's owed that, but in the movies they don't show you that he's owed that. He seems like the same whiny brat that was in episode 2.
Yes.
But there's a lot that happens between episode 2 and episode 3. And he pretty much grows up on the battlefield, man. He becomes like, Okami no Kyojin, though. He's the wolf of the battlefield,
And
you
dude,
know? And so
shot.
it teaches you that no, Anakin had every right to be pissed that they're like lowballing him simply because of his affiliations with Emperor Palpatine, and the kid just reeks of dark side. So it's like those two things are the reason
and that
why.
latter thing. You know what
That really
I
that
mean?
latter
When,
thing.
when Yoda as you watch Clone Wars, you're just gonna notice Yoda and Mace Windu. They never say anything, but there's just
But they're just
shots of them
always
like
like,
looking at each other.
yeah.
Like
It's like, the one guy in your group that's the one bro in your group that's musty. and nobody's saying nothing, but bro is really
Yeah,
on hum. And we go into the club, like, you got to stay in the car, bro.
man,
You gonna scare the girls, Doug. You got to stay in the car, bro.
that's fun.
You should have oxidized. That's Anakin. He's the musty Jedi, and they not gonna say that because Anakin may just snap and kill everybody. But like you said, I like the idea of like Mace Windu and Yoda just kind of giving each other the side eye whenever Anakin acts weird. Like, because there's one scene where, and it's very subtle, where Anakin's fighting some droids and Padme is kind of doing her little pew pew guns, and without saying anything, Anakin just force shoves her into a elevator and closes the door. It's really aggressive,
Yes.
and if you're not paying attention, you may not catch that. But even she's kind of like shaking off, like, what the hell was that? Are we good? Yeah, we're good. And I'm like, oh, they're this is season one, mind you.
Yeah.
This is the slow seasons, right?
Yeah.
I can only see where this thing picks up. But it's like little subtle things like that, which is like, yeah, I like how this is rounding out my Star Wars brain and how really legendary the Clone Wars were in the scope of everything, why they were so important. Because there's a lot of it's like every episode is stakes. Every
Right.
episode is. I see why you love stakes so much because every
Right.
episode is crazy stakes.
So now, as you're going through this, think about what you know about Darth Plagueis, and now you have to start thinking about how long this plant and what you know of Bane and just
Yeah,
Knights of the
Exar
and how long
Exar and all that.
this plan has been put into place and how fragile this plan also is. Because had Yoda
The oldest of all.
anything like you knew, you just didn't, you're like, nah,
Yoda's
we'll be fine.
complacency was the end of the Jedi.
And
If you
he
want to keep
talks
it
about
keep
it.
it a buck, Yoda's complacency, because he, like you said, he was on point the entire time, but he kind of wanted them to figure it out. And you know what? As a master, he's like, no, my pupils should figure this out. I'm not going to say anything. Mace is not going to say anything, but we kind of know what was up. But they should figure that out, right? Right? Order 66. Now everybody's busted. I guess they didn't figure it out. It's really crazy when you think of it that way.
I'm going to tell you something. And then the High Republic, Yoda's there as well,
Yeah.
200 years before that. And Yoda also knows stuff, and he ain't saying anything.
Nothing. He
And
ain't
it's
talking to
like,
nobody.
bro, what?
Yoda, you tripping, dude. Like
Like,
Yoda,
what
like
is your which we're gonna get to the trailer. It's one of the things I'm really excited about with Grogu, because I think they're going to fill out Yoda through Grogu. We're going
through
to learn
Grogu.
because we don't know anything about the species. You know
We
what I
don't know
mean?
nothing
We're
about
going
them.
to learn about Yoda and put the one and one together and be like, ah, well, that's dope.
Yeah, man. Other thing I did this week, which I'm really excited about, is I started drawing again.
Oh,
I
there you
haven't
go.
drawn in like a year. I just haven't had the energy, the energy to do it. So I'm actually drawing stuff, and I'm like, do I still got it? That kind of thing. And you know, just kind of getting back in some old hobbies. You know what I'm saying? So very happy about that. Me and my spy shows. I was watching The Night Agent on Netflix. That's back for
I've
its
never
third
even heard
season.
of that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's about like this secret government installation where if they want to if the government doesn't want to get their hands dirty, they call a night agent, and it's like this hotline. It's like dial M for murder type thing, and a night agent will show up and like solve the problem. It's pretty dope, dude.
Really? I
Yeah,
no, I've heard nothing about that. That sounds interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
no. Who's
it's
in it?
super dope.
Anybody, or is there new people or
New
Netflix
people,
people?
man. It's not
Okay,
even
gotcha.
Netflix people. It's just like
Just new
nobody's,
people.
which I love because it makes me
Yeah.
immerse a bit further into that.
Who created it? Anyone we know, or just new off the
I
shelf?
think the people who did that one Amazon spy show, remember the one that was super popular for a second?
All I think of is the tower on high,
No, it was
the
called like
high on.
it had a one word name like Intrepor or something dumb like that. I have to look it up, but I think that's the people who are behind this show, and it's really cool. It's about like a guy who just a guy who just works at the FBI, just a pencil pusher who kind of gets stuck in the world of the night agents, and he kind of he falls in with them because of circumstances.
Yeah, sounds cool. I
So
like it. Sounds
yeah,
like the the opposite of what's the Fox show? The
24?
housekeeper? No, no, you haven't watched it, I'm sure, but you know the title. Like the housekeeper who's like also the cleaner.
The
Like she
Cleaner.
cleans like the murder scenes, and it's been
Yeah.
on Fox, and it's like, what
It's so
is this
garbage.
show?
The Beekeeper, dog.
Like what is this
No,
show,
it's
man?
the night manager, it's all these
Uh,
whack ass names, dude.
you ever
Um,
work in a hotel?
it's disgusting, bro.
I've worked in a hotel. Don't stay. I've worked in many hotels. Don't stay at the Crackhead Inn, XL Inn. Just do
Nah.
yourself a favor.
I'm gonna say two words that only a certain amount of you on earth will know what I'm talking about. And please don't judge me. The snooty fox.
I, I
Leaving it
get
leaving it
I get
alone.
images of something that's off the side of the road with like
If
a
you
yellow
know,
sign.
if you know, you know.
That's
I'll put it
funny.
like this. If you ever need like I'll put it like this. They had rooms, $40 for 4 hours. It's that kind of spot.
Yeah,
Fun stuff.
I've been in one of those.
Adventures at the city. That's the after dark right there. We're not gonna talk about the fox on this
Dude,
family friendly
hey, I
show.
didn't know that. We probably could do some after hours with hotel stories because I have some
Bruh,
hotel
I got some
stories
too.
that's like,
Uh,
bro,
I,
you
silly,
will never want to stay in a hotel again. Anyway,
s- silly stuff, dog. Gaming wise, just Marvel Snap, bro.
there you go.
Yeah, just about done with
Whatever that
Marvel.
dragon card is a pain in my ass.
Oh
Dragon fur
god.
and dragon, that thing is
No, there's two dragon cards
gnarly.
that are dumb, dude. There's that Shao one, and then there's Fing Fang Foom, which
Yeah,
is just a busted card
that
that
thing
just
is
auto wins.
ridiculous.
Pain in my ass, dog.
I was like, what? What just
What?
happened
What just
to
happened?
me?
What
Yeah.
the hell just happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty light week. Like Wash was saying, just watching my stories, which is Clone Wars, getting back into some artwork, doing some light gaming, watching my espionage, and just boning up for our Y is, which is coming on Wednesday. So looking forward to that. Reboning up on that. I was actually playing. I just remember I was playing a little bit of Injustice too because
Ah,
I wanted to do the Swamp Thing section just to
there
remind
you go.
myself of that experience so I can be a bit more educated when we talk about it. But yeah, just the little things, you know what I mean? Just tightening up. Ready to talk about some news?
Yeah.
Ready to talk about
Yeah.
some news?
The
Let's get into it.
yes.
First one of the day, let's just pull the band-aid off, man. Just get the depressing stuff out the way. Um, PlayStation shuts down Demon Souls Shadow of the Colossus remake studio Bluepoint Games. Bluepoint Games is an incredibly talented team, and their technical expertise has delivered exceptional experiences for the PlayStation community. We still got rid of them. This is rough because Bluepoint is one of those companies that never really got the chance to do their own thing. They are the remake team, right? But the problem is that they're so good at it. They're so good at it that they were like, okay, so Sony's in the remake business, and apparently that must have not been the plan, um, because they didn't even get one game off the ground under their regime. I don't think. Wash, did you ever touch Demon Souls remake on the PS5?
No,
That game,
I
I
don't.
okay. I know
I
you're not.
don't. Yeah, no, I don't like that much pain in my life. So
It's
go
so
on.
good. Okay, here's the thing. How long has the PlayStation 5 been a console?
Ooh, let's say we're pushing 10 years, aren't we? We got to be pushing close to
Five to
10
ten,
years.
5 to 10,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
What
8. Yeah.
this launched with the PS5, right? This is one of the very, 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 very first launch games with the PS5, kind of show off its graphics. I think it was this and like Ratchet and
Six
Chained
years.
stuck
2020.
2020.
Yeah.
This is still the best looking PS5 game on the
Yeah.
console. I'll fight anybody on this game is ridiculously gorgeous. Plays well. They rebuilt the combat system from the ground up, and it's just it's such a shame that I hope they get remodeled under something else, and become a different company. Like those guys just kind of stay together, but it never really happens like that, right?
Not anymore. Back in the day, like when Halo first broke up and they started, what was that? That offshoot which gave us
Like
the
Destiny, bro.
Destiny. Yeah, that first crew. That's like the last time that happened. I mean, I
Yeah,
guess Claire 33 is kind of that group. They were part of a big group and they broke off
they kind of
and they
broke off
made
and
their
did
own
their own
thing.
thing.
But that's more like a bunch of dude work being like, yeah, let's go
It's just
build
all
their own, quit and go do our thing. That's not exactly this. You know what I mean? Which is a
right.
team from inception doing this. A couple of questions because I didn't see the final rundown. Are we talking about up the PlayStation delay? Did that make it or no?
Yes,
Because
that
if
is on the docket.
well, I'll bring it up here because it, especially coming off that great PlayStation show,
Yeah,
right? That's the best PlayStation show they've had in a
a
couple of
while.
years, and we've
Yeah,
talked about this. Like what is there to play? And you're telling me that the best looking game is from 2026 and the studio they made it, they're putting out of business pretty much. And I don't really like this as an incredibly talented team and their tech. Like it
it's
sounds,
very wet. It's
it
that's why I
sounds
was
like a
giving
little bit of a
this.
shot in the like. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
shot in
they
the
were
ass.
okay.
Oh, they were
Like
great. Yeah, but it's crazy.
so, I question why, especially coming off so many fantastic remakes. Shadow of the Colossus, Demon Souls, Dead Souls, whichever
Demon
one.
Souls is so
Demon
effing good.
Souls. So,
Oh my
God
god.
of War
Yeah, they did the God of
remake.
War remakes. Yeah.
Like,
If anybody would do the God of War remakes and make them look pretty, Blue Point would be the team. We talk about that too. There's an update to that article. So why not get these guys to do the face of God of War 1, 2, and 3? They would
so
kill
who
it.
are they going to get to do the remakes now?
I don't know. Sony Santa Monica people, I guess, bro. I don't know.
I don't know. This
I don't know.
seems
Here's
the
my thing.
timing of it all seems just weird to me.
I think that
Why?
a lot of these companies absorb these big names and like the press of getting them, but then want to stick them to like free to play games or you know what I'm saying, or you
But
know, microtransactions, and we want you to make our next Fortnite. And these guys aren't that. And I think that because they just wouldn't fit, this square would not fit in the round peg. They just were like, yeah, you guys can't do what we want you to do, so you're gone. Well, why don't you let us do what we're good at? Now we don't need that from you. You know, we need to do what we want you to do,
it's
but we
such a
can't do that.
sad thought that
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, okay, guys, we want you to work on this free access MMO and like,
pretty
yeah, go ahead
much.
and do that
That's what we want.
microtransaction.
It's like asking a Picasso artist
Yeah,
and giving them a damn mop and bucket. Here,
yeah.
wash, mop these floors. But sir, you
I
hired
want
me.
art.
Yeah, so I want to see my face in these floors, bro. That's the art I
uh,
want.
uh,
You know what I'm saying? It's just that's just what happens. You know, you get these companies, and then you want to send them to the FIFA mines. You want to send them to the GTA 5 mines. And then nobody's happy. But
and
yeah,
we're talking about like successful franchises too. Like these
yeah,
games made
it's
money.
sold
It's not
well.
that like they didn't make money. So in
Yeah,
this day, what does this say about the industry? If you have a
mm,
company that makes games well, right? The games make money, and the studio's still like, yeah, no, we
not
sorry.
enough money,
So,
bro. It's
like
not enough money. You made big money. but we needed you to make big, big
Oh,
money.
man, I just don't know what's happening, man. And I just think we'll see more of it. As each week
Yeah,
goes on, we're
1,000%,
just gonna see more of it.
a
And also another
thousand
thing
percent.
that caught me when I was watching Shadow Colossus, because I played original Shadow Colossus. I have watched the remake on Twitch, people play. One thing that strikes me about Shadow of Colossus, if you want it to, it is very AI. You could
I could see that.
start to like do that for less. So I
I
wonder what that plays into, a studio that remakes games in the way that the games that they're remaking. They're not remaking Mega Man. You know what I mean? They're making
yeah.
very dark, gray environments like stone. You know what I mean? It's
How
very.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
How far away is commercial AI to where you can get this screen running 120 frames per second with a simple prompt? How
Not
far
not far.
away?
120, I don't know. 60, I think is already here.
Could you make a state? How far are we from making a
It's
video
how
game
long
stage?
how long can it run
That's what I'm
is the
saying. Like,
question.
how
Um,
far are we from making a let's
not
say
far.
a single stage that let's say it's a 35 to 40-minute gaming experience. This level. How
Dude,
far are we
I
away?
I I think that that's probably doable. We already have endless games that have been generated. You've seen the endless like GTA clones. You know what I mean? What you're talking
Mm,
about is filling in the art, right?
yeah,
That's what you're talking about, the graphics. And bro, I don't know if you've opened up your X lately. It's hard to tell what's real.
it sucks.
So
It super sucks. You're right.
it,
And
it, the questions become, how do they monetize it so that we have access to it and can buy it and it's profitable? These are the bigger questions, which is why the PlayStation's getting pushed back. Is because there's a chip, there's a processing uh, 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 lack
the
of
engine
resources right
requires too
now,
much gas.
dude. And
It's
so,
running a V12 engine, and it needs its gas, and
yeah,
we just don't have it. We're not there yet.
so
We can't
yeah,
rent.
I don't know. But
I,
to your it's close, man. It's close. It's close. It's
we got to move
close.
on.
Yeah.
Speaking of more just depressing as ideas, let's talk about this Toy Story 5 trailer, which is the most dystopian thing I think I've seen in the last 5 years. Because it makes me afraid. It makes me afraid. So the whole point of apparently Toy Story 5, which is coming out very soon, June 19th, is that the toys are worried naturally because of the advent of the tablet. This is pretty much just a tablet. And kids kind of kids nowadays are on their tablet more than anything else on planet Earth. And the toys have to band together to destroy big technology so that kids can return to a simpler time. It's a beautiful sentiment, but it's not real, right? Like this, and that's why it seems so existential to me that no matter what the kids do, you're not stopping this progress. There's nothing any of us could do, So watch. I was legit shook, like watching. It's like watching Requiem for a Dream was like watching this
Yeah.
damn trailer because it just makes me like, our kids are becoming so stupid, dude, and they can't think for themselves. And these tablets are thinking for them. Like, what did you pull away from watching this? Because I think I overthink a lot. Maybe I'm
I am
overthinking it.
not a Toy Story guy, so I didn't
I
really
mean,
pull anything
beyond
away
Toy
from it.
Story, like just
Yeah,
the concept.
I get it. I understand. I get what they're going at. The lesson that they're trying to make or explain. But for me, it's the future. And I want to say I thought that they did something like this in Toy Story 3,
I have
didn't
stopped.
they?
I stopped watching at 2. Keep it a
I
full
mean,
buck.
okay,
That's-
so yeah, maybe they didn't. I could have sworn that there was
I,
one where the kid
I
was
couldn't tell
walking
you.
around with his computer more than he was playing toys. I thought, but I could definitely be wrong in this area. So, um, I think that, I think that this is as good a place as any for this message to be heard because, there's something to be said about playing with toys behind you. I'm not going to go as far to say that those are toys,
I
but
mean, let's
if
call them
you
what they
wanted
are.
them to be toys, they
They
could
could
be
vary. Yeah, they
toys.
could be toys if I wanted them to be. Right.
Correct, right? So, like, toys are important. And I love computers, I love AI, I love technology, but I also love the textile feeling of a chess piece in my hand. You know what I mean?
Right.
Versus like just a digital,
Swipe
like
up.
we're
Yeah.
we're we're a 5 sense type of people, whereas digital really keeps us focused in ocular and touch sensory. So yeah, that's my two thoughts on
Uh,
that.
yeah. Of the parents that I know that I'm close with,
Hmm.
they are very adamant that their children have a very analog childhood experience. They're very adamant about it. They don't want their kids' nose buried in a tablet. You know what I'm saying? Are buried in a TV, are buried on YouTube. They want them getting up and skinning their knee, and you know what I'm saying, like living a life and being into books or into art or into toys. And it's so difficult because it's so easy for the. It's like when you grab the back of a cat's neck and it just kind of limps up. The cat could be running
Uh-huh.
the cat could be freaking out around the house. You grab it by the back of its neck and it just kind of instant subjugation, right? Are you going to calm your little self down? You're not supposed to do that, but it works, right? The tablet is that for kids, where your kid could be going crazy running around the house, spilling milk. You put a tablet in front of his face and he's locked in
Good, good,
for hours.
good.
And as a stressed out parent, I can only assume that that is like the Rosetta Stone.
For
But at the
God's
same
sakes.
time, you're destroying your child, you know?
Coming from as a child who spent a just all of my time pretty much alone playing video games
Yeah.
growing up, I have always been pro tech for kids. I've never really had the problem. I do see the existential crisis of not really being able to interact with human beings
People.
from not
Yeah.
learning how to play tag, but at the exact same time, if you're a parent and you need 25 minutes of peace, for God's sakes, give that kid the
It's
tablet and take your 25 minutes of
it's
peace.
such
The
a
rest of
thin
the
line,
day,
bro.
well, it is, but we're humans. Like, we need breaks. And when you are a full time parent,
I
24/7, I cannot tell you the number of times I walked in my mom's room and she went, "Boy, if you don't get in that room and play a video game," and it's like, oh,
yeah. It's so it's like
so
I say it's such a thin line, and I totally get it. I grew up with a Super Nintendo, you know what I'm saying? I was one of them kids. I'm the only child. There was a console in the house, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? But, also my dad was like, "We're gonna go outside and play 3 flags up." You know what I'm saying? "Get up, because 'cause you're too locked in." I'm a very cerebral kid. I used to draw, I used to read, I would play video games, I would play with my toys. But he wanted me to be physical because it's important to be physical. But it's almost like, you know, um, uh, too much of a good thing. It's one thing for your kid to have time. I mean, there's one thing for the parent to have time to themselves, right? Hey, go play a video game. I'm going to sit here and not think about life and for 25 minutes while you go beat Mega Man. But if that's all your kids doing 24 hours a day, like most of these kids are, it starts to
I,
become a problem.
yeah, someone could say the
Get your
same
little ass
about
up.
AAU, man.
I mean,
Everything in balance. You know what I
everything in
mean? Everything in
moderation.
balance. Everything
Everything in
in balance,
moderation.
man.
That's all I'm this gets me so fired up because I'm not even a parent, but I see it. You know what I'm saying? I see these kids who are just locked in and not doing
Yeah.
anything but that. But hi, let's play. And these things, and now with AI in the mix, these things are learning your children and then talking to them back, which is crazy.
I mean, yeah.
The ghost in the machine, bro.
In
It,
fact, I've told some of my friends, I'm like, why are you realize
what?
you could just talk to GPT, right? Like
Yeah.
it
And
it,
they're not.
it It will
This computer is
engage
telling
and
your
talk to you, and they're like, Brian, but I don't want, but it's fine. It's the same. It's the same. It's like, no, it's really not. It's like,
these
maybe,
things these kids are
maybe
gonna have a better relationship with their tablet than they are with their parents.
there is a good chance of that.
That's
Solid
crazy.
chance. In fact, yeah, you know what? I think that may be going a tad far.
You
I
People already have it. People
uh,
already are using their chat
I'm not
GPT
a
as their therapist and
thank
having
God.
full-blown conversations
Yes,
and,
because
and getting
it's a
and getting
good
the echo
therapist.
chamber.
It is
But
not
it's
an
an echo
echo
chamber.
chamber. It is absolutely not. Oh
It
my God,
feeds
my head's
into
going to
it
just
feeds into
pop
your
off my
own
head
thoughts,
right now.
and it's crazy. It feeds into
No,
your own
absolutely
ideals,
not an
and then it
echo
tells you what you
chamber.
wanna hear. It's
No,
wild, bro.
it does not.
That's an after dark question. That's an after
It
dark
is not.
conversation.
It is
I'm
not
telling
an
you, it's
echo chamber.
terrifying.
That, folks, that is wrong about AI. So
Okay.
that is
Alright,
factually wrong.
so
So
cyber psychosis is a real thing, bro. Where
for
these people are
some, but I'm just saying,
it's almost like
GPT in general, it's when you go
it's
use
becoming like
GPT, it's
digital
no,
schizophrenia, bro. It's
it's
becoming
wrong.
it's
I'm just
crazy.
saying, like it's not factually right. So
I mean, I guess we won't know until we don't know cigarettes are bad until until many decades later, you
everything's
know?
bad, man. Balance.
Yeah.
A lot of folks smoke a lot of years, didn't die. I understand tobacco's or cigarettes are bad. Didn't mean tobacco's bad. Entire cultures lived off tobacco. You know what I mean?
Hey, tobacco. We're not talking about menthol lights, the two different things.
Correct. I'm not talking about a
Yeah, we're not
Newport
talking
Light,
about
right? You know
yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
the
Like
two
two
different
different
things.
things.
We're not
Like,
talking about
so I'm
from
not talking
God's
about
green
the
earth,
dude
man.
who's taking like his GPT to the new like spot that they opened up in Japan where you can take your single GPT there and have it
We
meet
never
with it. And it's
yeah,
like that's what we built the place to do. Those folks are on a different
I'm just
level.
saying that's a problem. I'm just saying it's a
But
problem.
I'm just saying if you need someone to talk to, GPT is there to talk to. So use it
Hey,
as a
it,
tool.
hey, even water's deadly at certain, it's all in moderation. It's all in mod. This is a good topic. I don't want to stay
You're
on this.
just terrified of AI, and it just
No,
boggles my
I'm
mind.
just I'm just seeing I'm seeing the beginnings of horrible situations. Is
Dude,
all I'm saying.
Terminator's going to happen. Like
Whether you wanted
like
to or
we
not.
we like we know this. Like
Yeah,
the what we're trying to do is know that it's going to happen and get
it's
in
just a
front of
matter
it.
of when and how
Like,
nice we've been. How nice have we been to our AI
dude,
overlord so they
yeah,
don't go so crazy when they take over, right?
that's what they say. So
We mentioned it before, and as I stated, this is definitely on the docket. Sony could delay PS6 to 2029 amid global memory crisis. This is mostly due to the need for the storage spaces for strictly AI because people want to play with it. It's the shiny new thing. And if you've tried to buy any memory recent lately, you're spending G's on the most rudimentary amounts of memory. If you have something that works, baby that thing because you're going to need it for at least another 5 years. Wash. What are I know, the further we go into the future, the more simpler technology becomes, and it becomes a lighter lift. Happens all the time. Supercomputers used to be the sizes of rooms. Now, a supercomputer is on my phone. It's just a matter of technological advancement. Do you see this chip short? We just had a chip shortage during the pandemic for
yeah,
this kind of for Bitcoin mining. Now we're having a memory storage issue for AI. Do you foresee these shortages happening as our growth of technology is moving faster than our economic, I would say, sustainability of it?
I can almost I don't want to guarantee you, but I will put whoever's listening to this, whenever you watch this, type in local data center, and there's going to be a conversation about a data center in your local community somewhere being open up, wanting to open up, because we just need more compute. In order for AI to work, we need more compute. I did not think that that was going to in any way affect this, which, you know what, I guess I probably should have. And thus, as a reseller, I see like the Mac Minis, and it's like,
Yeah.
dude, if If only you knew. You know what I mean? If only you
If
knew
your
then what you
girl
know now, it'd
only
be a different
knew.
word. Like, so, that being said, I I think that this is such a piggybacking off the great
Are we
press
just
conference, the shutting of a great studio, what's coming up with Phil Spector, where we are in the industry coming off of COVID, Mike. I just don't know if this is good for anyone, right? So, 2020, we just talked about it. The PlayStation 5's been out since 2020, 6 years.
Mhm.
So, a bunch of games didn't get out.
Nope.
So we're going to assume, right, since this was on the docket to be made, we're going to assume that they pretty much told people to stop making games for PlayStation 5, what, two years
Probably
ago?
about 2 years ago. Say, "Hey,
And
we're ramping up for PS6. Big heavy hitters. Here's the new kit. This is what we kinda plan on it running on. Get to it."
how long do we have before the 2025 games that were on the shelves run out and those games aren't made and we're back to just a dead area of, well, when can I get anything? Now that you mention
Yeah,
it, Mike, I saw a PlayStation 5 at my Walmart today. I might go buy that thing
I
because
would.
it might be hard to find very,
If you
very
got the
soon.
money now, buy it
Yeah,
now,
like,
because I was just talking to my cousin about this earlier. He's like, "Mike, how
yeah,
long do you think we have until the PS6 comes out?" I was like, "I think the PS5 has a good 3, 4 more years in it because of situations like this." And he was asking me, "What would you buy? A PS Pro or a PS5?" Because he wants to get the Pro. And I was like, as a PS5 owner, I would not get the Pro because I already have the 5. I don't need to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a decent experience no matter what. But if I did not have a 5, I would get the Pro because I'm always of the belief of in for a penny, in for a pound.
yeah,
You know what I mean? If you're gonna go,
right,
get the
right.
leather bucket seats, bro. You go crazy if you're gonna do that. But amidst this kind of situation, a global memory crisis, right off the heels of a global chip crisis, what is causing these crises? It's the lack of resources that Mother Earth provides us that was not intended to be used this way.
And there is a lesson in all of that about AI that I will not fight you on. Okay,
Yeah.
so
We're abusing
yes,
the
we're
earth
moving forward.
in turbo speeds. Then the
Yes.
earth is just gonna get tired and flick us off like fleas, man. We're tripping. We're Rick James on the couch with the muddy boots. Fuck your couch, Earth. F your couch, Earth. If we're just wilding out because we have no competition. No one's gonna tell us no. It affects us on every level, especially the consumer level. Because it's like it wouldn't be a shortage if there was the resources. If there was the resources, we'd have an issue. But we're right off the heels, and it's like worrying because
It's a
it's
little worrying
yeah.
what 18 months from now might look like.
What
Like,
18 weeks may look
eh,
like.
that's
It's
possible.
getting ugly out there,
I
bro.
hadn't really considered it, but yeah, I kind of want to order that PlayStation right
I would
now and be
get
like,
it now or
I
never.
had no intention of buying one, but sure, we now own a PlayStation
I'm
because
about
I'm
to
never going to
I'm about
get
to sell
one.
my Xbox Series X because that thing has just been a book, especially with the news now.
Damn,
Like things a paperweight at this point, bro. And I don't
interesting
know.
time.
Very interesting times we're living in. And like you said, it's such a weird juxtaposition from that excellent state of play. It's almost like they knew. Like, hey, we gotta hit with our heavy hitters. Now before we have to give you the carrot before we give you the stick, right? Get everybody hype, but guess what? A lot of people are gonna lose their jobs. A lot of people PS6, don't look for it
I
until
don't know
beyond.
what the next slide is, but can we just piggyback to Phil Spencer off this conversation?
Yeah,
Because
let's hold
I
it.
don't, right,
It's so
because
it's like the second to the last slide, to be
oh,
truthfully honest.
okay, because it's like who knew what when.
I
Interesting
mean,
time to announce random retirements after bold claims 12 weeks
I
ago,
have thoughts on that.
coming off.
I have to hold it to the slide. I got
All right.
serious thoughts on that
All right.
because oh, I think I think people are looking at it in a. I'm looking at it in a different way. But speaking of seeing things from a different view, Watch had to cough when he saw Din Djarin. You saw the man himself, the Mandalorian. Dog, he's back there in effect with his pew pew guns. Dog. New trailer dropped. And the crowd goes mild. Um, Wash, why don't I feel anything anymore?
I have no idea. I love this fucking trailer. I can't freaking wait. Oh, everybody! Oh God! I told you. I told you many moons ago. What is Mandalorian Grogu? It's gonna be Mandalorian, but 2.5 hours. Like Grogu
Uh,
has to go on his trials. They literally say it at the end of Mandalorian. What did you think was gonna happen
gonna
in Star
happen.
Wars? They were just going to skip all of that and be like, no, no, dude, we're gonna get 3 movies where Grogu's being growing up and blowing up stuff. This looks like it's doing exactly what we've been missing in the new rebellion, which is going after the remnants of the empire, which are all over, like all the generals and warlords now. And I'm hoping, because if since they're doing that, that ties in the Rogue Squadron and your boy West,
Ooh,
because that's
ooh.
what that's what Rogue Squadron did, bro. They went after the Imperial Remnant, which gave us the great 12-book Rogue Squadron series, which I'm on like book 8 of right now. So yes, I loved it. I love Zeb. I love Grogu getting in his thing. I love the suit. I loved it all. I love the huts. Let's freaking go. Yes.
Here's okay. My only thing about this, mind you, this is just a trailer, is that it lacks the one thing that you love the most: stakes.
There's not supposed to be stakes. He's going on his trials, on his
I
journeys.
know, but
It's
sorry,
just going to
I
be
just
explosions.
I know this is a Mandalorian and Grogu Gaiden. I know this is kind of
It's
like
not supposed
filler.
to have
I
stakes.
know.
Th-
I know. It's just
This is
it
what
would
I'm
be nice
telling
if it
you.
did.
Like,
It would be nice if it did. That's all
I
I'm
know
saying.
that feeling. I know that
You
feeling.
know?
I
I feel like you.
understand what
That's
you're saying.
I empathize with you now because it's like I love the Mandalorian. I super do. I love all three. I even like season 3. I don't care. I like you said, I like the path of Grogu. I like seeing him transform and become whatever he's going to be because I still hold that he is the Mandalorian of the Mandalorian. I think that he is the titular Mandalorian, and and Din Djarin is his teacher. That's I think at the end of all things, he's gonna be known as the Mandalorian
He's freaking
in the turbo
Grogu.
future, whatever
Yeah,
happens, right?
that's
So
awesome.
I see this trailer and a couple of things bothered me.
Hold on, hold on. If you can say that, right? He's going to be the Mandalorian. Then that is the stake. But it's Star Wars. You don't get that in movie 1, bro. You
I
get
know,
that in movie 3.
but
So I'm sorry.
do you think that this is gonna get
I
a
hope so.
trilogy?
I don't think a trilogy, but I hope there's at least 2 of them. Like,
I,
your
like
journeys can't be one. You know what I
like
mean?
I don't.
He has to go on his journeys. That's like, you are off to become a Jedi. Yeah, I trained for a week, bro. I'm back.
I guess
I'm
we're
good.
spoiled with Luke in damn Empire to Return because my man was just a Jedi by the end of Return, by the beginning of Return. You know what I'm saying? But
He
I,
wouldn't have won if it wasn't for Vader, though. So was he a
that,
Jedi?
I mean,
He would have
that's
got
an argument.
smoked.
A lot of people say
Yeah.
Vader let him win. I'm not in that camp of
I
Vader
meant
letting him win.
return. I meant return.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway,
Like I don't think this is the last we're gonna see of the Mandalorian and Grogu. I think they're gonna appear in other places. Will they backtrack and do another season 4? I don't know. Are they gonna
yes,
do
we're
another
supposed to
movie?
be. Yes, they're talking
Do
season
they
4 of Mandalorian. Yes, they
after this
absolutely,
movie?
yes.
So
Yes, they are.
if this is a
That dude's
continuing
making a
circumstance,
ton of money. That
I
dude's
know.
worth a bunch of money. You think
Yeah, this yeah,
Disney's
I
like,
mean, Pedro Pascal is the man, bro. But I'm just saying, it feels like a side quest, and I kind of I want Star Wars to be about stakes again. That's all I want. I don't need some overarching empire. I just need it not to feel like a Saturday morning cartoon. And
I'm
mind you, I don't know. I guess this I
Now
miss it.
that you're in the Clone Wars, right? I'm going to tell
Yeah.
you something that you've heard me say before. Mike, what do you, or Brian, what do you feel about like the Star Wars movie? Oh man, I got the books. I'm good with whatever happens. You want stakes? You got Clone Wars, and it's new for you. So
Every
it's
single
like
episode stakes. Every
you
single
got
episode is the end of
stakes.
all things. It's the end of a planet. It's the damn end of the fleet. You know what I'm saying?
What didn't
Yeah.
you like besides that? I cut you off in my
No, the only
excitement
thing
of
I don't
like
like is that I don't, and I know it's movies, and I know it has to be happen. Side quest is crazy. That's what I'm saying, Bradley. It feels like a side quest. Um,
side
it's
quest.
that why are we seeing his face? Yeah,
There's
Wash
actually a reason
Washington.
behind it. Simply because it came out after he became so popular in The Last of Us, all the rest
I
of that
know, but
shit.
I mean,
That,
like in the
you know,
lore, like
no, this is why it's happening, unfortunately. Because I said the same thing. It's like, yeah, that's not
in the
it.
trailer, that
It
should
is
be the pop of the movie. Is him taking off his
essentially
helmet?
his
You
whole
know?
thing is he doesn't take off his helmet because he's part of the sect that
Yeah.
doesn't take off his
So why are
helmet
we seeing his
because
face?
he's worth a bunch of money and they said, well, we didn't use his face enough in the Mandalorian and so we lost money. And that is why we are getting Din Djarin's face here. And we'll
I
probably
don't.
get it
I don't
throughout the
like
rest of
that
the movie.
answer, bro.
But that is the
But it's.
actual real
I know that's
business
the real
answer
answer, but
on like, yeah, that's the real answer.
it's like showing
It's not a good
Judge Dredd's
answer.
face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's like showing V for Vendetta's face. You're not supposed to see it. Doctor Doom's face. You're not
yeah.
supposed to see it. So that was one thing that kind of bothered me. Like, why are we getting this in the first major trailer for this movie? We're seeing a character's face. It's like you know what it reminds me of, and I guess it reminds me of seeing the trailer for Batman versus Superman: Dawn of Justice. And in the end shot, you see Batman with a big ass gun
Yeah.
ready to fight the hordes. I'm
I
like,
f-
Batman doesn't
yeah.
use guns, bro.
I
It's
left
like
a bad
I
taste in my mouth
understand.
too.
I automatically didn't want to watch the movie.
Yeah.
Automatically. Trailer one. I was
I
like,
was
they
like,
just don't understand Batman. They don't understand this whole thing. Mando is Mexo. What does that mean, Doug? He is Mando. And to quote one of my favorite movies, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, the Mandalorian is a Mexican. He's not a Mexican. He's a Mexican. We'll leave it at that. I love that movie. Watch that, by the way. It has
it's a
Johnny
good
Depp.
movie.
It's sequel to Desperado. She was fucking
Yeah,
hard, man.
good movie.
All right, let's get back into you know what that felt like. It felt like the Matrix where we're in the shit and we're flying and we crest the clouds and we see the sun for a little bit
Oh,
and
that's
we feel
funny.
hope and then we go right
Yeah,
back down into the
right back
crap,
to
dude. So Phil Spencer is retiring. Sarah Bond is out. Max Booty promoted to AI exec. Asha Sharma named new Xbox boss. We've been talking about it all episode and kind of like the state of the business. And I haven't really shared my thoughts really on it. Here's the thing, and please let me know if I'm crazy. Um, is I think this is a shakeup that is a long time coming. This is a shakeup that Xbox has needed for, I would say 5 years ago, they needed this shakeup, right? And this happens when things get stagnant, there's no forward trajectory. Microsoft doesn't even see their gaming branch as a profitable, you know, indicator for their yearly evals, man. It's crazy. Like the mis the mismanagement of money, the mismanagement of talent, the mismanagement of resources is exactly why Phil was put in this position. You know what I mean? I think it all started with that one platinum game that just died. Um, I think it was called like Spellguard or something like that. It was made by the guys who made Devil May Cry, and it just
yeah,
kind of and ever since then, Xbox
yeah.
has been on this downward spiral of like, we bought Bethesda, bro. We bought you know
Blizzard.
uh Blizzard, bro. We bought Candy Crush, bro. And it's like they acquired all the competition and thus became stagnant because they had no more money to produce anything. The money they would have used to make games, they use acquiring businesses that needs money to make games. So it's kind of like this Ouroboros of we got the big companies, but we can't pay them, so they're just going to sit there in our library and not do anything. It's kind of like a very short-sighted approach to the industry. And now this is where we are now. We're going to see Xbox is going to be very different come the Game Awards. What's that going to look like? When are they going to become? I predict we're not going to hear from Xbox again with the new squadron until next year. I think they're going to be quiet. I think they're going to have their heads down. I think they're going to be building a new business model. Our worst case scenario, phasing completely out and becoming just Sega, an app. What are your? I
Damn.
mean, I think this is a good thing. I think this is this is a pruning of the tree. I think that Microsoft still has the resources, still has all the money in the world to be a competitor in the gaming space. And I think that Phil was out of gas 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I think their initiatives were out of gas 10 years ago. And after failing the Xbox Series 1 and then failing the Xbox Series X, it's like that's way too many strikes for any company. Nevertheless, Microsoft. But I'm just kind of spilling my thoughts here. Wash, I know you've been talking about it. Is there anything that to what I said that you think the contrary to? You
I
can be
would say
honest.
that
Mhm.
might, yeah. I mean, what am I gonna do? Lie to you? I don't
Lie to me,
care.
bro.
Like Microsoft, they have all the money in the world, so it's not that they didn't have the money. They just chose not to spend it that way because they don't see themselves as a gaming. That's not their priority, as you said. It's not what they look at on their books to make money. I'm assuming that
That's
is
crazy.
365 or some nonsense that they look at, which is why I have a new feature every other day that I'm not asking for. That's neither here nor there. So I think that yes, he was out of steam. Yes, it's a hard job. Yes, they did buy a lot of stuff, and they haven't really done anything with any. Like I've heard nothing but Blizzard. I guess Blizzard had their little.
They had BlizzCon. They had
Yeah, they had
Diablo
their.
4 was pretty
Well,
okay.
they just had their little like conference that was on
Yeah,
YouTube, and
BlizzCon.
I watched some of it, and it's like they weren't really saying much, but they were there, which I haven't seen them in years, so that's saying something. I guess I would say that this no one leaves a job like this, right? So we can all agree that
Yeah,
they're like, yeah, Phil,
it's about your time,
it's
bro. Do you want to be fired or do you want to retire?
yeah.
It's one of those.
Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Y-
It's like
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
leaving, retiring. So I think that the Xbox doesn't necessarily know where they're going as far as gaming goes. Like as you say, they're going to go put their business plan together. I do disagree with that a little bit. I do think that they have plans, and I was one of my main issues about the person who took over, and I want to say because there is talk about once GPT CEO leaves, that it's going to be ran by an AI CEO, like the entire open AI
I
company will be
mean,
ran by an AI. So when
I
I
think that's a bit
first saw this
hyperbolous.
headline,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
did is Xbox being run by an AI now? That was my first thought.
That
Is I
would be
was like, are you
hilarious,
kidding
but
me?
that would be
Don't do
hilarious.
that.
Please
But
don't do
anyway,
that.
in her new comments, the new boss, she didn't say I'm a gamer,
No,
and
she's
that
a
worries
businesswoman.
me.
But yeah,
That worries me.
you would like
Like
for them to care about.
normally when you get this type of job, no matter where it is, it's like I'm a fan first and I'm about the business second. And she was very much, yes, we are about games, but there's also a business and a monetization and a culling that has to happen for profitability. And that worries my business ears a bit because that means that the games I'm going to get on my Game Pass might not be great going
I
in the
got
future.
Yeah, I understand why they did it. I don't like it, but I understand it because the financing was fumbled so poorly. All these crazy acquisitions, all this money, billions of dollars, and it was fruitless in a sense, right? Someone needs to balance the books for at least the first 5 years to clean that house. And a gamer buddy is not gamer bro is not going to do it. But the calculator over here, she's going to get the house right. Then we can have some fun. You got to have your pudding. You can't have your pudding until you eat your meat. Somebody needs to
Same
go in there
thing,
and set
diff-
house.
same thing, different industry. It's the same thing that happened at Warner Brothers, and we
Yeah.
see how that has turned out.
I mean,
And it's kind of a mess with properties across networks. What's going on? What are they doing? Who are they buying? Are they being bought? Where's the billions of dollars going? And it's all about the chief dude, the dude who came in and said, you know what? Batgirl, not profitable. Shelve that shit.
you're
Like,
right.
we're just gonna
I,
eat it. So,
you're
is
right.
this what we're about to
That's
get over here at Xbox? And if so,
probably,
what does that
probably.
mean for you and me as a gamer?
You made a very you shut me up, and
So
this because you made a
that's why I'm
very
worried about the comments. She may do a great job. Everything may be fine, but her
the
comments did not leave me feeling warm and fuzzy as a gamer.
yeah, the Warner Brothers Discovery and analogy just really shut me up because that's exactly what happened. Warner Brothers, but with Warner Brothers, it wasn't at least I don't know, but there wasn't some ridiculous mismanagement of resources. It's just simply Warner Brothers was bought by Discovery, and Discovery just really had no idea what to do with this creative company because Warner Brothers is up there with Disney. It used to be at least though it was Warner Brothers and Disney was like Coca-Cola and Pepsi, bro.
Yeah,
They were, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Back in the day in the 90s when Warner Brothers meant something. And I guess the calculator over at Warner Brothers was like, Batgirl, not profitable. Get it up out of here.
Eat it.
Wiley Coyote versus Acme, not profitable. We make more money shelving it, right?
We'll
Mortal
shut
Kombat
down like the CW. Like, we will just shut down
down. Cartoon
like
Network
things.
doesn't make sense. Shut it down. CW doesn't make sense. Shut it down. What is this multiverses? Why is it costing us so much money? Shut it down. Mortal Kombat 1, we're gonna give you a third of your we're gonna give you a third of the time and a third of the resources. Make $1 billion. We didn't. Shut it down. It's like, is Xbox gonna have to go through that and be sold?
And
What
we're
it
not out of it yet. We're not like you look at Warner. We're not out of the Warner Brothers thing yet.
would
You know what I mean? It's still
we're
going.
still we're still in the middle of it. Even now, like we thought the Netflix thing was for real. Warner Brothers is still entertaining Paramount.
Yes, they are because
Did you
they're
see
they
that?
dude. Yes, yes, because money's involved, right? And I
Because
get
so
it.
much money
I
is
get it.
involved, and you can't kick that out of bed. I get it,
I
but
just
as a
wish she
like
would have said I'm a gamer.
I feel you. It would just filled you up. Even lie to me, like you said.
Like,
You want?
dude,
I'm not gonna. You want me to lie to you? Lie to me, please. Tell me you're a gamer. Put on the Xbox shirt, girl. That's all we
dude,
want to see. I don't. You
dude.
ain't gotta. Like, I don't need to know if Phil Spencer plays freaking Forza on his quiet times. He probably doesn't. You know how many of these game CEOs a touched controller ever?
Right. I'm a
But
gamer
bro, the
though. You
first
know what I
one
mean?
with the t-shirt on with the blazer, giving their talking points like politicians.
Who's the
You know what I'm
dude in
saying?
Nintendo for every conference he's out there playing the game? He
Yeah.
they just retired.
Phil Bowser?
Yeah, is that the black dude?
No, you talk about Reggie Fils-Aimé.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Reggie playing the game
Reggie.
every
But
single
Reggie,
solitaire. He is a gamer, but
Reggie was like the Kevin Feige of Nintendo,
yeah,
bro.
yeah,
So he's different.
he's
He's built different. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about Philly here, Phyllis over here. I don't think Philly is playing Mortal Kombat 1 on his Xbox Series X on his downtime. I think this man is doing other things. And like you said, this new person, Asha, could
Asha.
have lied to us. Hey, gamers, I play you know, Candy Crush on my time off, you're in good hands. Let us feel, at least lie to us, baby. Let us feel the warm and fuzzies. But I think your analogy to Warner Brothers is dead on. I think it's got to get uglier before it gets prettier. They may sit out a console generation. I think it's going to be that bad.
We may be
They may
like,
just
"Where's
sit one out.
Xbox at E3?" You know what
I
I
don't
mean? And it's like,
know.
"Oh, Xbox didn't go to E3 this year," and
Especially
it's
with
like, "What?
Steam. Steam is on their ass, bro. Especially with Steam
We
kind of
talked about this."
usurping in to
Yeah.
be that middle. Hey,
Yeah.
it's going to be a power vacuum, and Steam ain't playing. Steam got the games, they got the money, and they got the console.
And let's flip back 2 pages. PlayStation unfortunately can't get their consoles made.
What's we game gaming in 2030 may be something so alien to us. We may not even be gamers no more, bro.
Play your apps, folks. Play that Marvel
TVs.
Snap, bro.
Hey, download the game to your TV, stream it. I hope you have fiber because you're not playing that damn game unless you got fiber internet.
What's that? Witcher on Netflix they got? Is that what it is? Like the
Yeah,
game
man.
that you can play
Grand
or
Theft
something?
Auto on
It's
Netflix,
like there
dog.
you go. Yeah,
It
I
plays
play my
like
game on
ass,
Netflix,
bro.
man.
F that, bro. You're gonna make me curse this episode, dude. Stop, dog. All right, enough of this, man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about let's end the show with something a bit more interesting. So we got an update. And these are the best updates because it wasn't supposed to happen. So Christopher Judge, who is the voice actor for the new God of War, boy, all that stuff. He was in Stargate SG1. Guy's cool people, but he's kind of also a big mouth. And he was just kind of chopping it up with somebody and didn't know he was being recorded. That fun thing. So he's just start talking shop about what's coming up, what's coming out, what's coming up, what's coming out. So he was saying, first off, that yeah, we're probably going to see what we're working on this summer. Oh, new God of War this summer. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, man. We're just kind of doing our thing. Santa Monica Studios is going to be great. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. But the more interesting thing, and only interesting because it kind of solidified my theory, is that what about the remakes, man? So who's going to voice that? Yeah, TC doing that. TC is going to work on that, man. We're not worried about that. He's old. He's new. He's old school Kratos. I'm new school Kratos. We're cool. But yeah, it's going to be all new technology in it. We're adding stuff to it. New fighting system. We're building from the ground up. So that makes me think that, and back to our conversation last week, Wash. God of War 3 remake is not coming out till 2070. What are your thoughts on going the long route and this being honestly could have been made by Blue Point, but it's not. Let's just move forward with the truth. It's not. Are you okay with God of War 1, 2, and 3 being made by the B team while the A team works on the new
Again,
stuff?
the timing's all weird, right? Like I don't
Yeah,
understand like why are you
it's
getting
so
rid of the
weird.
team that just made like your God of War remake game
It's
that
so weird.
like what
Why?
why did you do that? I don't
If you
know. And you're building it from the ground up. So who's
which
doing
is a
it?
which is a Blue Point speciality. Blue Point are the goats at building things from the ground up and kind of like making it feel like the original. Like maybe Blue Point just didn't have it in them. Maybe this new combat system is something that Blue Point didn't feel comfortable taking on because they are the remake team. But
I
it
also
just
have questions as far as resources go. Like
yeah.
you said it. Like there is a new God of War coming from this new era of Kratos and the boy. And you're also remaking a game from the ground up with a new team. That's not mentioned anywhere in this
No, they don't
article, by
mention
the way.
who's working on this yet.
They don't mention that, right?
Yeah,
And so it just it makes me a little worried for the remake. Honestly, it does make me a little bit worried for the
I
remake.
can't
I'm
lie.
not gonna lie. I'm
I
not
can't
gonna
lie.
lie. I feel
I've never
fine about the boy, right? I
yeah,
feel fine
that's gonna be
about that.
fine.
That's
I
gonna be
think
fine.
yeah, that's gonna be fine. God of Boy is gonna be fine.
Yeah.
But I've never been a fan of B teams. Let the B team do it. It's never a good, you know what I'm saying? Let
You
the
don't
B
like
team
Alpha
do it.
Flight?
Fuck. You don't like X Factor, bro? You don't like X? We got X Men at home, bro.
Like,
Don't get me started on. Don't get me
no.
started on the great value X Men we've gotten over the years. Somebody's gonna. Ooh, I'm gonna get so much crap. I'm gonna get. Ooh, people are gonna be mad because people love them some X Force. You shut your whore mouth about X Force. You shut your dirty mouth about X Factor. Strong guy is the best. Like, shut up, dog. Yeah.
It's the
Don't
useless card.
don't come at me. Marvel Snap. You see how
Yeah,
Marvel Snap just Wolfsbane. We're okay. We're gonna play.
anyway.
I know we're at the end of the show, but we're gonna play a real quick game. I'm gonna name the first. I'm gonna name the first 5 X Force members I can think of off the top of my head, and you're gonna tell me if they're a good or bad Marvel Snap card.
All right, we can
We're gonna
do
have a little
this.
bit of fun.
All right, we can do
All right,
this. Yeah, that's
real
fun.
quick, real quick. Okay, leader of the X Force. No X slander. We're not slandering the X Men. We're just saying that we're not going to get into that, Bradley. I don't want to. I don't want this to take too much time, but I understand we're not slandering them. All right, leader of the X Force, uh, Havoc. Havoc, good or bad Marvel Snap
I,
card?
I I don't have his card.
Really, you never played with Havoc?
I don't have Havoc.
Ah, okay. He's the one that takes a point of he takes a point of energy, but adds it to his
Oh,
own.
Havoc! Damn it! Yes,
Havoc,
it's been a long
yeah,
time since I played him. Havoc,
exactly.
epic card in the right deck. Epic card in the right
Yeah,
deck. You got
yeah,
yourself a
okay,
Smells deck? Yeah,
yeah. Play him on turn 4. He's cooks.
yeah.
He cooks pretty good. Okay. Polaris, daughter of Magneto.
She's
She's like a
fine,
1/2.
I guess. Like, she's all right, I guess. If you specifically have a move deck, but honestly, they've made her kind of weak. Does have a like 3/5. She's
She's
a
like a
three
3/5
five.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
she's
a
like a
three
3/5.
five. So she
Move
is
the
kind of powerful, but
move the last
her
play. Move
power,
move cards from 1 to 2. To the
yeah,
to wherever she is.
she's all
So
right.
okay.
Mid tier.
Wolfbane.
Nah, whatever. Skip. I'm
Okay.
done. I don't.
Strong guy.
Yeah,
Marvel
skip.
Snap card. Okay.
Nah.
And the last X Factor member I can think of off the top of my head, I don't want to cheat because I'm trying to think of specifically X Force people. Fuck. Let's say Iceman. Marvel Snap card.
I like Iceman. I don't know if he's necessarily effective, but I do like. He has the
He's a
coolest.
good card.
He has one of the coolest graphics in the card
That
when
that
he
Iceman is.
shoots the ice. Yes,
Yeah.
he has one of the coolest like graphics in the card for sure.
All right. Yeah, I can't think
So,
of any other X Factor. Oh, okay. I thought of one. Okay,
uh,
one more.
what do you got?
Uh, a multiple man. How about multiple man?
I don't use him, but he's used against me all the time. But I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
with the Phoenix Force, you
Yeah,
kill that
bro.
multiple man and bring them back with the Phoenix Force and spread them all around the board.
Like,
Musty. That's a musty ass card right there. Dog. It's not good. And with that, we have reached the end of Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 153, Woody's Existential Crisis. Wash, at the end of all things, which of these 4 topics did you actually enjoy the most talking about tonight?
dang it.
It's been a salty night, man. A lot of stuff
Dang
going on.
it.
Which conversation sparked your brain the most?
I think I'm gonna go with Mandalorian and Grogu because I don't know what all y'all are smoking. It's gonna be a big bag of fun. Get your popcorn, sit
Get your
down,
popcorn,
watch
man.
the show. Lower your damn expectations. Like look at them. It's made to sell toys.
It's made to sell
Toys.
toys,
There you
dog.
go.
One
Like
six scale Mandalorian, dog. Like I love the Mandalorian. I love the Mandalorian. Please don't get it twisted. I got him up there. He's posted, dog. He looks great. I'm probably gonna make some content about him this weekend just to catch the hype. But I just wanted to be. I need to see the movie. I need to
Did
see the
he
movie.
not come with Grogu?
No, he comes with Grogu.
Oh, you got Grogu too? I don't
Yeah,
remember that.
look at the box.
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember you showing me Grogu at any point. I
Now
don't
he's
remember
up.
seeing the live
If
action.
if you look, He is right there where my finger is.
Oh
He's
yeah, I
little.
see.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's up
Yeah,
there.
he is little.
He's a little guy. You know what I'm saying? So I have a couple of Grogu's actually. I have the one where he's in the little bonnet, the floating thing. Baby Yoda, Doug. What you know about Baby Yoda? Who's more popular, Grogu or Baby Yoda?
I still think Baby Yoda probably sells more.
Baby Yoda sells way more, Doug. Baby Yoda
Just
was
more.
wild.
Yeah,
That
just
name kind of
more.
ruined him. You know, the name kind of just leave him as Baby Yoda for as long as you possibly could.
Grogu? Is that a is that a Godzilla thing or
Eh,
what? You know what I
Guns
mean?
Gunzoom tight. You know what I
Like,
mean? You know, do you need a napkin after saying Grogu? That has been our episode, ladies and gentlemen, for the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast. Before we end things, Wash, do you have any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
no, I do not. Hope you enjoy your weekends. And there are watch Tournament of Champions. If you got yourself some Food Network, watch Tournament of Champions. It'll replace football if you like food. If you don't like food, I got nothing for you.
Who are these people who don't like food,
I
bro?
don't know, man. It's an
I mean,
entire
we
generation
kind
of
of
people.
gotta do it. We gotta
They're
eat
like,
it, dog.
oh no, I'll just order plants in a box and I'll make that. I'm sure it's
I
good.
just, I just want to eat chicky nuggies every day for
What?
the rest of my life, dog.
Bro, your food should not be delivered by UPS. FYI, okay? If your food is being
Facts,
delivered by
bro.
UPS, like,
If your food comes with a
stop.
QR code, then you may want to
Right?
you may want to reevaluate what you're
It's not
putting in your
good.
body, bro.
Not good.
Out of here. With that, I'm going to ask everyone and thank everyone for tuning in, past, present, and future. Please like our content if you enjoy what you're seeing here. Subscribe to the channel so that you're made aware when new content goes live on the channel. And last but not least, um, give us comments. Are we completely off about the Xbox situation? Is Woody's bald spot really that bad? I think it's fine. I think he should embrace the bald spot. You know what I mean? You know, Woody, we're all getting old. We're all getting older. So is our boy Woody. It's a shame. And lastly,
He
go
will
show
live
our.
for thousands, hundreds of years after me.
That's what he said to me about Grogu,
Yeah,
dog.
that's a girl.
And
Yeah.
I can't always, and I'm not going to be always there to protect
Mm,
him, dog.
well,
Yeah, too godlike. That being said, and also just real quick, give our shorts some love, man. We're trying to break into the shorts thing and cut up some shorts. Um, give us some love, man, on YouTube. We're trying to do it. So please do so. That being said, I'm of course Master of the Nerdiverse, Mike G. He is the Master of the Nerdiverse, Wash. We are the Master of the Nerdiverse podcast. And with that, I'm going to say MOTN out. Good night, ladies and gents.